Let's take a look at the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi. 3.281 miles, 16 corners, a total as well of 58 laps. It's a fantastic sweeping circuit that has been modified since opened, but still provides a challenge. Get a good exit out of the last corner, sweep downhill and start the lap. Turn 1, a long sweep, quick left-hander as well, all the way down from 8th gear to 5th gear. Accelerate the exit, don't go too wide. Prepare for uphill turn 2 to the left, then to the right for a long sweep, turn 3. Keep the power down as well as you approach turn 4, the exit, and now turn 5, a hairpin. 3rd gear corner, double apex. You can take a lot more speed in and also a great opportunity to overtake. The longest straight in Formula 1, down all the way in 8th gear, DRS open as well as you're held towards turn 6 and 7 chicane. From 8th gear at over 300 kilometers an hour, snapping the brakes with around about 100 meters to go, down to 2nd gear, mid-corner, keep on the accelerate, open up to 3rd gear, and keep on the power hard as you open up the 2nd DRS zone on the run down towards turn 9's hairpin as well. Another long sweeping left-hander, which provides a lot of overtake and looks like an oval style corner. A lot of sweeps, a lot of easy high lines to take through as well, all filtering down towards turns 10, 11 and 12. From 7th gear all the way down to the braking zone for 3rd gear as you approach the Yas Hotel. Turns 19 and 20 modified ever so slightly as well to open up, now renamed 13 and 14. 7th gear to turn 15 now, flat out, easy the exit before a heavy braking zone down to 4th gear for the last corner, turn 16, downhill to the control line, and that is a lap of Yas Marina. Hello everybody and welcome to Abu Dhabi and welcome back to Formula 2. It's been a long time since the Italian Grand Prix and we are all set to go. Synthel is alongside me in the commentary box as well. You can hear him over the voice chat. Synth, this is going to be an interesting one. Back in F2, back in Abu Dhabi. How quickly can you say it in about 20 seconds? How happy are you?
Yeah, well, I'm looking very forward to this one. In Abu Dhabi, we've seen some great races in Formula 2 in the past on this track. Formula 1 a bit less, but for this track, I think we can see some absolutely drama, and I hope we're going to get an incredible race.
It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Here it comes then. Time to get ready for the F2 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Previously on Formula 2.
We're underway. That is extraordinary. Oh, absolutely thrilling stuff.
Favourite moment of the season is Spa, the sprint race.
Liam Lawson into P1. Lawson wins again.
Definitely my first podium in Imola.
We've got Fittipaldi and he gets past Ralph Boschung. Enzo Fittipaldi claims his maiden podium.
I think Baku winning the feature race.
Here's the moment for Dennis Hauger.
Winner, chicken dinner, baby.
My favorite moment this year was definitely my pole position in Spielberg.
Bestie, fast lap to the front of the field.
That means everything.
My favorite moment of the year has to be in Spa.
This is in the balance. And the undercut works. It's feature race victory for Doohan.
Thank you guys so much.
The win in Budapest.
Teo Porcher brilliantly wins to reignite the championship battle.
It was a good moment. Fortunately, after that was not good anymore.
And that's Teo Porcher in the gravel.
You're winning the championship in Monza. I won from the pit lane, but such a pleasure to win and be there with the team.
Deep breath, everyone. This is Formula 2 in 2022.
Long 2 months, wasn't it, since we last got underway for Formula 2 at the Italian Grand Prix in Monza. It's time to race towards Christmas. Welcome to round 14 of the 2022 FIA Formula 2 Championship. We're in Abu Dhabi, and this is the sprint race. 23 laps ahead of us around the Yas Marina circuit. 3.282 miles, 5.281 kilometres. 3 sectors in total, 2 DRS zones, 1 on the run down towards turn 6 and 7, 1 on the run down towards turn 9. It's a pretty flat circuit, 8.2 metre elevation change as well. And back in 2021, Piastri versus Lawson at turn 6 and 7 was a brilliant dive up the inside overtake. Also, everyone was desperate for the championship last year. And happening down as well at turn 9. Nazani, Piastri and Vips in the sprint race last year as well. Up the inside, side-by-side drama, everyone hitting off in every other direction. And down at turn 10 and 11, Doohan going off the track, causing carnage in the sprint race. Into the wall went Lawson as well. Doohan flying off his last race. Everything happening for a reason. Alongside me in the commentary box is Synthor. Before we take a look at the grid, Synth, all action. Been a long 2 months. We're back now, ready to get going.
Yeah, it's been way too long, and I'm so happy to be back with Formula 2 racing, the final round of the season, and I'm expecting a very great one on this Abu Dhabi circuit. And yeah, I think this is going to be a great one. We've seen some incredible races here in the past, and I think we can see another one right here.
Synthor alongside in the commentary box as well. We'll be hearing through throughout the session as well. Ah, lovely. Is that what I think it is? No, you can come in. Come in. Give me the keys. Thank you. Bye-bye, Luke. Bye-bye. Here's the starting grid then for the Formula 2 round of the season then. Starting from the front of the grid, Richard Verschoor is on pole position. Alongside him is Liam Lawson. Emile Cordial starts on row 2 alongside Dennis Hauger, 3rd and 4th. 5th on the grid, that goes to Logan Sargent as well. Jack Doohan starts in P6. Logan Sargent going for an F1 seat, remember, needs to finish 3rd in the Drivers' Championship for Super Licence points. Felipe Drugovich starts 7th, Theo Pocher is 8th. Roy Nazani starts in 9th position, and Rom Wassa starts in 10th position. 11th for Marcus Armstrong, Jan Jaruvula starts in 12th position as well. 13th on the grid is Enzo Fittipaldi, 14th for Yuri Vips. 15th on the grid as well is Frederick Vesti, and we welcome back Juan Manuel Correa, starting 16th on the grid for his first F2 race since that dreadful day in Spa. Ralph Boschung has a penalty for going off the track back at Italy. He's 17th, Zane Maloney 18th, Ollie Caldwell 19th with Clement Novak in 20th. Tatiana Calderon is 21st, and starting 22nd on the grid is Marino Sato. Synth, he's back. Juan Manuel Correa back in Formula 2. It is a miracle story, and one we will never get tired of telling.
Yeah, that's one of the best news we've had this season. Juan Manuel Correa back in the car. Let's hope he'll be able to get a seat for the whole season next year in Formula 2. And I really hope that he could get into Formula 1 sometime. That would be such an incredible story from Juan Manuel Correa. And let's see what he can do from now. He's from P16 on the grid. Let's hope he can get some points somewhere this weekend. Would be, of course, incredible for him.
They head off on the formation lap then as well. Logan Sargent must finish 3rd in the Drivers' Championship. At the moment he is 3rd, he's on 135 points. Getting 2nd secures him more though, and that was where Theo Pocher is on 164. It's not impossible, 25 for a win and then 16 for a sprint race victory as well. So it's not impossible, but it is a lot more difficult as well as the drivers head out onto the track round turn 6. It's the first race of the weekend, the first race as well. Let's hear from the top 3. Starting with P2.
Have a good start firstly. Getting off the line well. We had a good practice start today, so if we can do that, then hopefully try and fight for the lead into turn 1. And then after that, I think trying to have a consistent race. The dig here is very high, so we have to be careful on that.
Well, the weather will be very hot, as it is all weekend, so it will definitely be not beneficial for the tires. I just hope we have a good start, and from there on I have to settle down and see what pace we have. I mean, I think it's Liam starting behind me is usually quite aggressive as well with overtaking and stuff, so maybe it's better to just play it smart and be attacking in the end. We will see how it plays out.
There's the top 2 in this session as well. Didn't hear from Cordial, but the flares are going off, Synth, and the setting sun has turned sort of pink sky at night. Shepherd's delight. That's the word.
Yeah, I'm not sure where all the flags came from. It's a bit bad for the vision. It looks very misty over there. But here we can see on board with Liam Lawson. Let's see what he can do to the start. It's a short run down towards turn 1, and it's not really a slow corner, so you can't really make a dive bomb into turn 1. So you have to get a good start, otherwise you gotta stay behind him. Let's see if Shore can get a good start from P1.
Absolutely. Fingers crossed for an absolutely fantastic race then. We want to get this 2022 season concluded in the right manner. Nobody wants to have any accidents or anything like we saw a couple of seasons ago, of course, with the formulas. I've lost something now on the side of the monitor, so I'm going to have to drag it back on this side as well. So we come into it, I'm just trying to get Synthil a camera angle up here in the comms box, just a little one as well. I'll move all this around. Cars just coming round onto the grid then, all set for the finale of this F2 Championship. 23 laps ahead of us for the sprint race. There's Synth down at the bottom. He's F little F1 logo just so he's on the screen. So we've had to wait 2 months since the last race in Monza. Who is going to be victorious today? Green flag already. Lights coming on. 2 lights on. 3, 4, 5 lights in Abu Dhabi, where it's lights out. Race on. Good start from Richard Verschoor. Poor start from Liam Lawson. Dennis Hauger's going through in the middle as well. Look at Cordeal. He's had a terrible start. Lock up from Hauger coming into turn 1. He gets shut the door by Cordeal. Cordeal stays third. Verschoor leads. Lawson second. And we've got a yellow flag somewhere on the track at the back. Can't see anything just yet. So we've had turn 3. There we go. Big accident to the wall.
Good.
And that
Fittipaldi.
is Fittipaldi in an accident as well. I think Girouvlu involved. This will have to be a red flag. It'll almost certainly be a safety car. That's a huge accident to turn 1. And what was I just saying before that crash happened? We didn't want to see anyone hurt, didn't want to see anyone in the wall, and it's happened immediately since.
Yeah, this could definitely be a red flag. The tire barriers are surely damaged. It was a very big impact for Enzo Fittipaldi. Let's hope he's going to be okay. No safeguard just yet. Can Liam Lawson attack? No, put chair down the inside of Doohan.
That's going to be a break relay. We've got 4 abreast coming around that part of the track. Doohan's had to back out of it as well. And the red flag is called. The race is stopped immediately. It had to be so. So we will get a whole new restart. I think they had to make sure they got through that sector 1 for a restarted grid as well. So the red flag is called. The sprint race has been suspended. Cars to line up in the pit lane. And that's great to see that out of the car is Enzo Fittipaldi, and Johan Jaruvela, I think, is being talked to by the medics as well. I think it's Johan Jaruvela. Yes, it is. Johan Jaruvela back there as well. So the red flag out on lap 1, exactly the same as what happened back in 2015. We were literally just talking about it before the race started. And Awasa, I think, has gone down to 11. Is it Awasa involved? No. I think it must be Jaruvela and Fittipaldi. Fittipaldi's out of the car, and it is Jaruvela who's in the wall as well. But the red flag is out since the race is stopped again.
Yeah, there we see Pietro Fittipaldi, of course a bit concerned. But luckily Fittipaldi is okay, and yeah, this could take a while. The barriers are definitely very damaged. Looking from it, I think Jan de Rouvela, was it involved with that accident, had a bit of an oversteer and touched the car of Fittipaldi, and then both went left into the wall with a very big accident. Yeah, we've got a red flag, which is going to take a while, I'm afraid.
Yep, it's happened immediately. So everybody take a seat, go get a cup of tea, and we'll wait for good news on Johan Jaruvela. And there he is, getting out of the car. In the Primo Racing, Johan Jaruvela is out of the car. Both drivers are okay, which is fantastic news, but this red flag is going to take a while. The tech barrier is completely destroyed at turn 2, and this red flag could be out for now. We could, Synth, have to cancel the race and maybe restart it later on today, or cancel the event completely. We've had that happen before, where we had to reschedule the race.
Yeah, well, that's what you can have, risking it, putting it before Formula 1 qualifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure why they did that, because it could have just been afterwards. But now it is before, and we've got a red flag, which is probably gonna take a while. And let's hope we'll restart. But yeah, maybe then it will happen later on today.
Well, if that does, we'll have another thing. Take us to the start then, Synth, from the lights out procedure.
Yeah, so there we go, lights out. Very good start from Richard Verschoor. Not a very good start then from second place Liam Lawson. Cordeal a bit on the outside. Look at Sato all the way on the inside of, I think there's an overlag. Now we're heading towards turn 2. This is where the contact happens. You see Fittipaldi there on the outside. He's on board with Yuri Vips, so we can see Rouvela with a moment of oversteer, and there he touches Fittipaldi both on the left hand side into the wall with a very big contact. Here we can see it from the outside.
Huge stopping distance as well. Bang into the wall. Let's hear from Fittipaldi.
I'm okay, he just turned me off. He just crashed me out of the race.
So Fittipaldi was angry at Druvela, saying he took him out of the race. But I think that was 6 on half a dozen of the other. Fittipaldi had a slide and then sort of went into the path of Druvela. Druvela couldn't back out of it, and they both sort of made contact. But there's the handshake between the pair. I think they've both had a word, and hopefully there's no negative there, because that was a heavy stop for Druvela. Fittipaldi glazed across the barrier, but for Druvela, that was a sudden stop heavy into the wall, and there's a concrete wall behind that as well.
Yeah, scary accident. And looking at it again, I'm afraid I've got to say Druvela is the one at fault here. Everyone out of the car. Luckily, everyone okay. And let's hope we can see them get back into the car tomorrow.
We're being informed that Josh has told us that there's no track action scheduled after qualifying. So if we do have to reschedule this sprint race, then there's a slot right after qualifying, which is its traditional slot, which is making it more confusing that they've changed it now.
Yeah, especially if there's no action anyways afterward.
Yeah, there's nothing. I'm looking at myself at the schedule. Nothing at all. SHT, let's have a look. Dismas says, hey, what's up, Josh? I'm doing very well. Hopefully you're good too, Dismas. Do you like an FIA Formula 2 World Championship? I absolutely do enjoy it. We've covered it well, I've watched it since it started back in 2005. First year we've commentated on it. It's been absolutely fantastic. SHT says, I can't believe Roy Nazani qualified second. Like, how the hell does this happen? It's a reverse grid as well. But yeah, Roy Nazani P2 is going to be good. Further on, but the main focus will be Logan Sargent, especially to see if we'll be able to get an FIA super license with his drive at Williams next season. And Josh says all synced up as well, and ouch, they might reschedule it as well. And SHT says it's of course Druvela who causes the incident once again. Well, do you remember back in 2015, Synth, if you're watching F2 then as well, the fact that when we had a crash at the start, they couldn't complete the race and they had to cancel it because there was too much damage. And then we've got qualifying in an hour, and we've got qualifying in 90 minutes.
Yeah, well, I have not watched it then, but I will definitely believe you as well. But yeah, I think we might need to reschedule it. We saw a replay of Pucciari hitting the back of Jack Doohan into turn 1, ever so slightly, and then luck from Hauger as well. Luckily he didn't collect anyone.
I got rear-ended my Porsche in the turn 1 too, by the way. And then he did a crazy dive bomb into the hairpin.
Yeah, I saw both of them, mate.
Rear-ended into turn 1, we're being told, on the board there. Not nice.
It was very slight contact, so nothing too bad. So
yeah,
bit exaggeration there, rear-ended, but just very slight contact from the rear.
So red flag out then on the last weekend of the year. Clearly nobody wants us to go to for a holiday quickly, and they all want to make us suffer a little bit more and bring us under the red flag procedure. And it's Vishaw, Lawson, Cordeal, Hauger, Dragovic, Porsche, Nazani, Doohan, Sargent, Armstrong, Awasa, Vips, Vesti, Correa's up to 14th, Novalak, Maloney, Sato, Caldwell, Boschon, and Calderon, the 20 cars that will restart. 2 out, Druvela and Fittipaldi. So, waiting game. And I've made the mistake of coming to the commentary box this morning without any breakfast or any lunch, so I'm going to be incredibly hungry. Megan, if you're watching, could you please bring me a packet of crisps or something? It might be necessary when you're joining for qualifying. But yeah, red flag out there, and this looks like it's going to take an enormous time, Synth, because there's too much. I don't know how to pronounce rubble. There's too much rubble out there.
Yeah, well, maybe this is just decide early that they are going to be able to reschedule this race on. Of making us wait until it may get cancelled, but yeah, or we might see just a restart already, and then we'll have not full distance, but maybe like 19 laps or something.
Might go time.
Let's hope we can restart.
Yeah, I just think it might go time distance race instead. I'm just checking. I've got that graphic available actually. Yes, I do. Look, there's the clock. 43 minutes and 54 seconds remain when the red flag came out. So if we do go to a timed race, we've got that, but it's scheduled for 23. This is Logan Sargent. Is this on his move? This is his move down towards turn 6, and he's dropped actually. Where is he? Yeah, Sargent's still P9. He got swamped, remember?
Yeah.
Just relax. How many have I lost? I think we're 9. Cracking stuff.
Yeah.
Just got squeezed.
He was just at the momentum of losing positions there. Got both overtaken on the left-hand side and right-hand side into the chicane, and then had a bad exit as well, losing him in another position.
Yeah, so let's have a quick word then. Give myself and Simple a bit of a breather for a second. Let's have a quick word with Alex Jakes and Alex Brundle.
The reserve driver for next year, our reigning champion of 2022, Felipe Drugovich from Brazil, could not look further away from the stress that is etched all over Logan Sargent's face.
No, the job very much done for Felipe Drugovich, and the academy position, the runs in the Formula One car have all come his way. No obvious route then where he will go next, Felipe Drugovich, but he'll be happy with a fantastic year of work in a Formula 2 car, sitting in 5th position after that start, and he is in nowhere near the stress and pressure that Logan Sargent is under. I think Carlin have just got to chill out Logan Sargent here a little bit. The reality is that pending serious difficulties through this weekend, Logan is going to achieve those super license points. I mean, anything can happen. The name is in the bottom left of your screen. It's called Formula 2, and anything can happen. But I think Carlin have really got to impress upon Logan that actually, pending serious incident, he's going to be able to achieve what he needs to, and the offer in Formula 1 is already there. What about this man, though?
Incredible. The embodiment of tenacity, grit and determination. Juan Manuel Correa returning to a Formula 2 race for the first time in a couple of years, and the sheer determination to not give up on returning to this championship after the injuries that he suffered. It is a remarkable story. It is a comeback that is worthy of being compared to Niki Lauda. He has put so many... When we went racing around the world, Alex, he was back in Miami, where he is based, working day in, day out on the rehabilitation. This is absolute days and days and hours and months and eventually years to get back, first of all, to Formula 3, where he scored a podium earlier this year, emotional podium in Zandvoort, returning to the rostrum there, and now back to FIA Formula 2, and we could not be happier to welcome him back to our grid of 22 drivers. If you've just switched on your TV and you're thinking, why are they not progressing through the sprint race, we have had a red flag on the opening lap of 23. Everyone lined up in the pit lane. Barrier repairs going on at the moment. Cars being retrieved from down there, and all the while race control will be assessing the situation, and the track personnel and the marshals doing amazing work to allow us to go racing, and they are on the scene trying to repair things. There they are. There's the live pictures as everyone putting in a shift, and there's I imagine a few elements to swap out there. You can see that happening, so frantic work being done, but we say thanks to each and every marshal to allow us to go racing, and there's plenty around the circuit working hard to get us back underway.
Yeah, they're pretty modular, those Tech Pro units, but they've got to be stacked in a specific way to make sure that they do exactly what they just did, basically, which is take as much energy out of the cars, contacting them as possible. A lot of marshals, though, down there on the scene, making sure that happens. The base of the barriers, which protects the crowd, of course, the main function of the barriers around a circuit, to protect the crowd and everything outside them, rather than to protect the drivers and everything within them. Richard Verschoor, the man who is in the longest F2 point scoring streak, certainly of the year, and sits still on pole position. It was a good start from Verschoor, and he managed to hold on to the lead despite a decent challenge. Pole on the outside here, cleaner side of the racetrack, and it really was Cordeal who put himself in the position to take one of his best finishes of the year with that grid position, potentially. Howell with a bit of a lock-up down the inside, and then, of course, we had this incident. Here's another angle of it, and I must say, I feel for both drivers, but I do feel for Fittipaldi there. He will not have known anything about that until he arrived at the wall. There's the snap of oversteer from Daruvala that put him wide, and it shows you that how much these drivers are dealing with. They look like they're just in a drive-through section of the racetrack there. On the opening laps of these races, you control the car for every single metre of racetrack until you have enough tyre temperature and tyre energy to be able to run at full racing speed. This is the run then down towards turn 6.
Yeah, so they were continuing to battle, the race not neutralised until we'd got through onto the back straight.
Two crazy things. Like his dive on into the six was like out of this world. My only option was to get out of it. But I still had 3 cars and 2 cars on my right. Like, it's nuts.
Teo Pourchaire then down the inside. Well,
late on the brakes.
Very late.
Cracking on the steering and giving us his thoughts on that move.
So, if you're just joining us, we are under a red flag after a huge accident at the start of the race. I have managed to run in and get a packet of crisps that I can eat during the red flag period. Since I hope you got some food too, because it is lunchtime. But this is now, I'm starting to think this race is going to get cancelled, or it's going to be rescheduled for later, because we're running out of time to get this all completed before the track has to be sort of brushed up ahead of qualifying for F1.
What time does it have to be finished?
I think it's an hour, isn't it? We get 45 minutes for the race, and it has to be completed within an hour schedule. And how long we've been on the red flag for a little bit longer now, so the race started at 4:20. Been under red flag now for 19 minutes. So we only have 40 left of the schedule.
I want to see the conditions now, if it's improved or if they're still working on it, because otherwise we might end under red. And I hope then we'll be able to get the race resumed later on after qualifying.
Yeah, I think that's going to have to happen. It's going to have to be that way. I can't see the way this race can be continued, because the barrier damage, it takes too long. Remember in, where is it, Azerbaijan, the red flag came out, or the safety car came out the last lap after that contact to the barrier, and qualifying for F1 was delayed like 15, 20, 30 minutes even. And they had 45 minutes to repair between the gap. So that's still, what, an hour and 10 minute repair job? Because it's a whole lot, and this is bigger because it's a whole line of Tech Pro. Is the Armco barrier damaged as well, because he went in with such a hit, and there's only one layer of Tech Pro there. And it's also not helping that we're not seeing anything from that part of the track. We're just sort of seeing the fan view, when really every motorsport fan in the world, oh, here we go, they've asked for it, here we go. So there's a lot of repair. It looks like they've straightened out some of the Tech Pro. They've got some new ones coming in. We might get a restart for a shortened race. Maybe 12 laps.
I think we might get that.
Yeah, 12 laps instead of the 23 might be possible. But I think it'll go timed race again. What's the gap?
Oh, as long as we get a race.
Yeah, what's the gap between the it's a 45-minute race, so we've got
Let's see, qualifying is
40
at
minutes?
6 local time.
Yeah.
It's set to end the sprint at 5:10 local time.
Yeah.
So that's 50 minutes.
That's.
But I'm not sure until what time they have exactly.
They've got to get out, because F2's got to get out of the pit lane as well, haven't they? And that takes 10 minutes. So F2 have got to get out the pit lane. Podium celebrations and all that lot. So I don't know. I think we're running already behind schedule. This race we'll panic when we get to 10 past or 5 minutes past the hour. Then we'll panic, because then we're in a situation where, well, what do we do now? Where do we go? So yeah, really strange situation.
Yeah.
Go on, Seth.
It's at we're 20 minutes in now until
Yeah.
before the start, and it's 30 minutes until it would have ended. So yeah, we're all lined up in the pit lane,
And this could take
ready to go up.
Yeah, and it's going to take another 10 minutes max to get that barrier repaired. That's going to take another 5 minutes to get everyone back in. So that's another 15 minutes of work. Then we've got the 10-minute restart procedure too, Synth. So that's at least 25 minutes. We're not going to get this race in. The longer this goes, the longer... Yeah, so we are literally... We've worked it out. We're sitting here waiting for the inevitable. Let's go back to Alex and Alex.
Brilliant drivers have been guided to Formula One with that team, including Rosberg, Hamilton, Teo Porches, hoping to be included in that list in the future. Doesn't have a route to it this year, but does have the connection to the Sauber team. Sauber Engineering running the Alfa Romeo team in Formula One. There's the other ART driver, Frederik Vesti, calling the pole position in Austria the highlight of his season. And he is waiting, as we all are, for word from race control about whether we might get a reduced period of time out on track. We are quite proximate to Formula One qualifying, which kicks off in an hour and 15 minutes or so. So maybe a revision of the lap count coming in. But either way, everyone looking forward to the racing. And I'm sure we'll be able to bring some to you in a few moments' time. But given the fact that we've got the post-season test, we've got a lot of drivers who are going to be making the step up, including the Formula 3 champion of 2022. What a nerve-shredding finale they had in Monza, Alex.
Yeah, certainly did. And they're going to have to do it all over again at a higher level. Victor Martins, don't know where he's going to test, actually, yet through the weekend. I've seen Ollie Behrman wandering around the paddock as well. And why not go and stand in the back of the garage with, in the back of the garage next to the train and hang on to the printer with a set of headphones on and figure out what's going on. Trevor Carlin is watching on, and important weekend for Carlin. He can check off another driver on his list of the drivers, considerable list of the drivers he's ushered through to Formula One potentially this weekend. They need to do the job first. You see cars gently being taken off jacks, so yes. I do wonder if, well, I know they know a lot of things we don't, but I do wonder if we can add one more.
It's a long list, Alex. It's a long, long list, my friend.
Well, we've got a lot of time, so we can...
list all the things we don't know. Wonderful, wonderful facility here at Yas Marina, and cantilevered grandstands down at Turn 6. Incredible place to come and see any single-seaters, and everyone is waiting to get the word from race control about what the score is, about the resumption.
Biggest sports lighting project in the world.
That is very...
Well, it is when they're on. Then at the moment they're off, but it will be when they turn them on. Pretty serious lighting engagement here to make sure that the Formula One cars, which don't have lights, single-seater cars which don't have lights, can drive as though it was day into the sunset here on this fabulous venue set around the Central Hotel complex, and a real marina.
Yeah. A real marina with water. I don't know what you're referring to, Alex. You saw Isaac Hadjar and Jack Crawford speaking to Marcus Armstrong, who's waiting on the pit wall down there. The restart order has just been posted to the race control screen that we have in the commentary box, and it will be Verschoor ahead of Lawson. They put all the driver numbers up there. That's what you're now seeing. So there will be a little bit of organisation. I think that might just be easiest for us to point out who's being wheeled backwards or forwards rather than read you all those numbers.
Okay, Synth, so we've got the restart order. That's one step forward.
Yeah, so that means they are at least planning to restart this race.
Really
Question is
so.
when.
Yeah, question is when. I was right through a packet of crisps. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I mean, I am actually eating. I've had no breakfast. I came straight to the commentary box for FP3 and then stayed in here throughout working on the afternoon stuff. So I haven't had time. So if you bear with me for 2 minutes, maybe even one, me and Synth will be right back with you.
Those drivers back. And, finalising their work then on the Tech Pro, which has been...
Yeah, still going on down there, but we do have a restart order, so we're going to get, we hope in a few moments, the order, the signal, and they will tick through. And that is good news for Logan Sargent then, as he chases the finish in the championship that gets him the super license points that he needs, and it's now time to make your journey from the pit wall and restart the process, get back in the mindset, Alex, and we're going.
Yeah, Marco Asmar there, one-time British F3 champion, leading out with Yuri Vips. Good to see some proper drivers in the paddock. There are proper drivers all over the paddock, but good to see Marco add to that group.
And the race will resume
Yay!
in just under 10 minutes' time.
Yep, we've just been given the signal. We heard the klaxon. Race will resume at 1 o'clock. So what's the time?
Okay.
16:57. So 10 minutes time. Hey, we're gonna have a race. They've managed to do it.
Yeah.
That's caught me
That's
by
good
surprise.
news.
Yeah. I'm nearly finished.
Running start.
Yes.
And, yeah, that
Rolling.
was inevitable, of course.
Damn, they don't want to do
Obviously, you don't want to get
yeah.
another accident.
I was thinking they don't want to do another standing start, do they?
Yeah, understandable. So let's see, how long will they have then? Is it really those 10 minutes, or is it going to be longer?
I think we're in 10 minutes, yeah. I've got to finish these crisps. There we go. Done that now. I'm all done. I've got
10 minutes
cheese
is
now.
short, though. Really.
Yeah. This is a bit bizarre. The clock hasn't
What, like
restarted.
6
so-
laps?
Yeah, they've got to shorten it by 6 laps, so they can't keep it at 23 laps. They've got to shorten the race. Because that's 43 minutes left on the clock. So they need to reduce that time, I think, to 30, and then we might just be okay. Because that's 10 minutes later than normal. So we might just do it. Although I think the F1 qualifying is going to go quite quickly. Might be one of the quickest.
but
yeah,
how,
go on.
until what time do they have? Because it will start with, because you've got that whole procedure, of course, in 8 minutes. That's when was it? 57, right?
57 it starts.
So
43,
then it will start.
56. So 47 minutes left. So they've counted those 3 minutes. They want it to end at 1/2 the hour, which is half an hour before F1 qualifying.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's still possible.
I think qualifying might be delayed ever so slightly. I think they might delay the last qualifying of the year. Restart
Yeah,
confirmed.
possibly.
Yeah. Wow.
They should have just put it after qualifying, really.
Yeah. They should have. Just stop us all having this problem. Okay. So, the race will restart in 7 minutes and 40 seconds. We've got the restart order. The drivers are getting back into the cars, and they're just now being wheeled into the correct grid positions. Then we can get going again for the race. Synth, who do you think is going to win? Who's impressed you off the first start?
Well, it's very difficult to see. We've just seen a few corners, but well, obviously, for sure, he's in the best position. He's in P1, so well, it's difficult to not say he's going to win. But yeah, it's all about keeping it clean for the rest of the race.
So just having a look at it. We received a funny text message. So the session is going to restart. Restart order has been issued. Sargent going back up to 6th, I think, is the biggest one as well, because the red flag came out before you. So they've taken the red flag from their first sector times. So it's those who crossed sector 1. That's why they didn't stop the race. Because
Yeah, I know, but
yeah.
they should have just put a safety car and then red
Yeah.
flagged after. I don't know why they kept it going, because if there was going to be
Yeah.
another incident, then you have 2 separate incidents, and it's weird when the medical cars like going into turn 2 and then they still have to go. I don't know why they just didn't put a safety car out immediately.
Or I should have a safety car, virtual safety car, something to slow the pack down and then go to
Yeah.
the red flag. But they had to cross the first sector time because it would have been the situation like we saw in Silverstone where when Joe flipped over, the race got stopped and we had to go back to the original starting grid because they weren't across sector 1 yet. So there was no data point to take a grid from. But everyone did cross the first sector, which is, where is sector 1's activation point? Can't actually see it on the circuit map actually where sector 1 is. See, there's sector 2. Sector 1 is up to turn 4. So after everyone had passed turn 5 hairpin, then they could throw the red flag. But they had to make sure everyone was past it, and the computer had
Yeah.
registered it. So they have.
Well, they put out a red flag after turn 7, so I don't know.
Yeah, really strange because that was on the run down to old sector point 2. So why they thought that, I have no idea. It's just too confusing nowadays. Really is too confusing what the FIA want to do.
Yeah. Well, let's see. another start. Let's hope we won't get another safety car, because it would be, a bit of a shame when we get nearly no racing and more time under yellow. But if we get half an hour, I think we can finish at least half of this race distance. So let's see if we can get a good race.
Let's hope so. As the klaxon goes off for the 5-minute warning, the Mercedes-Benz AMG safety car is here this weekend. As they will go out of the pit lane. The race will restart then on lap 4, I think. No, lap 3, because we're on lap 2 now. They've crossed the control line, so 4 minutes to go. So let's quickly go back over to Alex and Alex before we join back with a minute to go.
From qualifying to form the grid for the sprint, they line up as they qualified. And you're waving at me, Alex.
I'm waving at you because it's a rolling start procedure given by race control. And so no, that is at race control's discretion.
Probably a wise call, I think, given that we have had now 2 examples of that pinch point. And remember, Sebastian Vettel spun round there in a Grand Prix many years ago, a similar corner as well. So we'll go for the rolling restart. And they line up how they qualify for the feature tomorrow, where we have the full points. There are 10 points available for the winner in this one. There is 1 point given out, just like Formula 1, for the fastest lap. And it doesn't matter where your view is around this place, even if you're on the water, it's going to be worth watching in 3.5 minutes.
It certainly is. We've got quite a long way to go in this one, provided we do go the full distance. The clock, which I'm seeing on the timing screen, has been stopped for the red flag, and I don't see laps being reduced. However, as you correctly point out, Alex, the main event of the day, such is the convention of Formula One race weekend organisation, is the Formula One, somewhat surprisingly. So they might have to stop before that happens.
I can see you trying to find a different way to say it halfway through that sentence. Good effort, my friend. Yes, but entirely, that is the consideration. TV times around the world. Well, we want to see our sprint race for FIA Formula 2, and we are looking forward to seeing Zane Maloney get his first race properly underway. The driver from Barbados, who came very, very close to stealing the crown from our Formula 3 champion Victor Martins. In the end, he fell just short. Ollie Behrman you can include in that conversation as well. It was a riot of a season in Formula 3 this year. A contrast for Formula 2, where we have watched a Brazilian masterclass thanks to the driving talent of Felipe Drugovich, who was out there in FP1 earlier on. So everyone's had a chance to nip to the loo. Everyone's had a chance to go and fetch themselves a beverage. And now
Well, I don't know about you, Alex, but I've had some packet of cheese and onion crisps, and they were very, very tasty. In fact, I really want another packet, but that's greedy of me, so I can't. Must resist the temptation of crisps. Where am I? Here we are. I need to turn the correct camera on as well. That should have been the starting procedure, because standing up now, so it's the other one. Synth, this is going to be a great one. Rolling restart. The race looks like it's going to go for 23 laps. That's a surprise. Although they have taken the graphic away. And miracle of miracle, they've got it all sorted with 1 minute 35 to go. So they've done a fantastic job. It looks brand new, the Tech Pro. That's brilliant.
Yeah, very well done. It's going to be an interesting restart. I doubt they will get full distance, though. I'm pretty sure they will somehow cut it off near the end. But maybe we'll get all 23 laps. But that would mean that the qualifying would be delayed, surely.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about the team standings yet, have we? They're both at 281 points. MP Motorsports and ART. Who can finish ahead?
My word, we haven't, have we? Top 4 all in the hunt to take the championship this weekend. MP Motorsport and ART Grand Prix, as Senthil said, both level on 281 points. Carling on 258, Prima on 224. So realistically, Senthil, it is between MP and ART. That is something to look forward to, because you get a bit of a bonus as well in your end-of-season prize money for F2.
Yeah, and Drugovich and Pucher are starting very close together. Those are the two drivers which seem to get to be in contention for points. Then you've got Novak, who started in 20th, and Vesti in 15th. They may have a bit more difficulties to get points this race. So Let's see what it will be after this race. You obviously have a sprint feature race tomorrow as well, where it all will be decided who is going to take the Constructors' Championship.
Gonna be a lot of fun. Been under a red flag for around about 35 minutes. It's time to get back underway. Green flag, race on, but the safety car is leading around the field, so the SC boards go out, and the sprint race in Abu Dhabi restarts. It's time for the formation lap. This will be lap 2 of the event. Race will restart on lap 3 with predictably 20 laps to go. The time has restarted, 43.28 left on the clock to complete the race. Have they reduced the distance? I don't think they have. Nothing at the X. Nope, all looking good. And we are back once again in the setting sun of Yas Marina. How far do you think we'll get this time, Since, before another safety car?
Well, let's hope we won't see another safety car, to be honest, but I think we will at least survive lap 1, but maybe somewhere around lap 10 we'll get another safety car.
I think so too, as they continue on. So on board with the Mercedes safety car now. Just taking a few more inches towards the new corner, race control. Safety car will enter the pit lane, a rolling start procedure. Hopefully next year we'll have the standing start for F2. They have that option, but they don't want to. Clutches are quite difficult on these cars.
Usually I don't mind. I would obviously love to have a standing start restart, but in this case I do think it may be better for a rolling start to try and not getting any more drama, stopping another race.
We're going to get 0 temp if the safety car doesn't speed up.
We're going to get the safety car to speed up. So they want to get this race going as much as anybody because they know how long's left. The clock's restarted. We're now effectively into a timed race. We've got no idea if it's a lapped procedural race or a timed race. 42 minutes now left on the clock. As they continue, track temperature is at 36.8 degrees, air temperature at 29.2, wind speed 1.2 meters per second. Humidity at 69%. It's a dry track, as it always is in the desert, but we had a little bit of rain here a couple of years ago. And now, everyone's passing the sectors. A little bit of a lock up there from... was that Dennis Halgan? No, it's Cordial, isn't it? Cordial having a bit of a problem there with some steering.
Yeah, desperately trying to warm up these tires behind the apparently slow safety car. There we see Pourchaire with a bit of damage still on his front ring after the contact with Jack Doohan. He's dropped down quite a few positions, and Drogovic is in P5. That's obviously crucial for the constructors. But they're heading towards the final sector now, and I think the lights have gone off on the safety car.
They have, and the green boxes with RS on them on the light panels are flashing to indicate a rolling start. Richard Verschoor will bring us to the green flag. So we had a standing start, and that caused a red flag. Now we've got a rolling start. We still don't know if it's a dry racetrack in terms of are we going for lap times or are we going for time. Out of the last corner, green flag, race on again here for the sprint race, and Richard Verschoor leads us across the line to restart on lap 3 of 23. Liam Lawson second, Cordial's in third, he's got a good tyre warmer as well, and the field have barely left the last corner before the restart, and there's already a massive jump on everybody. Oh, and there's a damaged ring there for Calderon on the back.
Yeah, quite some gaps already forming. We still see 23 laps on the top left, so apparently we might get the full race distance in, but that would definitely mean a delay for the qualifying. As we see, is that Doohan close to Sargent? Yeah, it is, going towards turn number 6 now.
Down the back straight away. Can't we see any movement? Sargent being put back up into 6th position. He's under pressure from Jack Doohan. Doohan's going to pull to the outside line. No DRS, remember, for another 3 laps. Doohan's going to do this all his might. And Sargent defends the inside line into the 6-7 chicane. Will Doohan get the cut back? No. He's going to leave himself vulnerable to Roy Nazani. Theo Pourchaire has been put down to 9th position again and trying to make his way up through the field. It's just not working out there as Lawson is closing in on Verschoor.
Yeah, no DRS just yet, so a bit difficult still to overtake, but Lawson is really doing a good job to stay right behind Richard Verschoor, and he'll try as soon as possible when DRS is going to be enabled to make a move on Richard Verschoor, or maybe already without DRS next lap.
For sure looks so much more slower coming into the As Hotel section as well. And amazingly, Cordial has come into the mix as well. Emil Cordial then, who everybody wrote off as not being that competitive, wrote off as not being that great of a driver after his contact and race ban this year. He's running third in this sprint race and he's actually doing incredibly well. He's challenging at the back. Right, first lap completed and already the top 4 have got a gap of 1.4 seconds to everybody else. So this is amazing running between the rest of them because Dragovic has dropped down to 5th and that's after 1 lap. And fastest lap is Liam Lawson to 1:41.386.
Yeah. So now we're going to see Cordial is actually really doing a good job. He is just as close as behind Lawson, as Lawson is behind for sure. But obviously Lawson has the slipstream and for sure doesn't, as we see Pucher really close behind Ronnie Sani. Can Lawson already attack? Oh, and that is,
whoa!
I think Iwasa going off a little bit, going a bit wide through their turn 5.
Yeah,
what can he do? Vesti on the inside?
Vesti's going to try and get through on the inside. Can he find a way through? Yes, Vesti gets past Iwasa, who went wide. Iwasa's going to try and hold it around the outside line. Not going to work out. Vips waiting to try and lunge up the inside. He thought about sending it, but Iwasa blocks him.
Yeah, well defended then, I guess, from Iwasa. But losing out to Frederick Vesti. Can he try and get him on this straight towards turn number 9?
Find a way
yeah,
through, cuts around the outside line. That's going to be bold on the high line. Iwasa gets sent out wide. Through goes Vesti once again. And I thought Vips might have had him there, but they just can't seem to follow each other through this stadium sector. Well, the Yas Marina hotel sector.
Yeah, it took a very wide line, which gave him a good exit, but unfortunately not a good enough exit to go get past him again. There's an overlap kind of a little bit wide through there.
Yeah, can't find him too much through that part of the track. So DRS enabled this lap. The stewards instantly involving Druvela and Fittipaldi investigated after the race. Understandable. Cordial is all over the back of Lawson. Thought he was going to make a massive move into turn 1 there. Didn't. Trying to find his way through. And now that is Pourchaire running in P9 with Armstrong directly behind him.
Yeah, it looks like Cordial is faster than Lawson and then for sure. So he might have a chance of actually winning this race if he can get past Lawson and then ahead of Richard for sure. But DRS will be enabled now. Ooh, Cordial lost a little bit now. He's under pressure by Hauger.
Yeah, this is going to be good then from Hauger to get on the attack back as well. The rear wing flaps can open, and now the DRS party can begin, but no one's actually using it. Have they remembered to activate it? Yes, they have, because Duan's got it open further back. So the DRS is active. So why isn't it? Lap 3 we restarted, 4, 5, it should be grown now. We haven't seen anybody use it. They're all in the DRS zone. Is it open?
Yeah.
No one's opening it.
That's weird.
Duan had it open at the back straight away, but DRS should have been enabled on this lap. Lap 3 we restarted. Lap 4, now lap 5. The third lap is when we get a restart. Let's hear from Hauger.
Rear tyre.
Big push, come on. Big push. Liam seems to be struggling a bit.
Hauger's been told big push because Liam Lawson's struggling. Yeah, he's dropped 5 tenths for sure. Hauger started 4th, is still P4, and he's on a run back charge.
Okay, well, then I hope DRS will be able next lap then, as we can see. Then with those long 2 straights, Lawson possibly closing up to for sure with DRS on those 2 straights. But it's not just enabled yet. Is it this lap?
Yes! Finally, a lap too late. What are the stewards playing at? Can they not count? It's the 3rd lap, not the 3rd lap after. So 4, 5, 6. It's not that. It's 3, 4, 5. You activate it on 5. Sometimes.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure about that. Well, anyway, so DRS is enabled now, but the gap is quite big already now from Lawson to watch for sure. So, but he can only close up with it now.
Yeah, it's 8 tenths of a second for Lawson and for Schultz. There's no chance there. Let's hope they can find something down the back.
They're still not opening it.
No, they're not. No one's using the DRS. What is going on? They've all got it, and they're not activating it. Well, this is a strange and bizarre situation going on right now as that's Vips diving up the inside of Iwasa for 12th position and making the move stick.
Wow, that was great. That was really late from Eurovips on the brakes there. But now it's a good exit again then from Iwasa. Can he try and fight back? Now without DRS, I guess then.
Trying to find it, trying to find the power, trying to find the pressure. And now Iwasa's going to try and come back to the inside. Vips has already got him. So brilliant move. For sure lead, 6 tenths of a second. But DRS seeming not to work down the main straightaway, working in towards turn 9, not working in towards turn 7.
Yeah, that's really confusing. Why is it not working? As Cordeal is again really close now behind. No, this is not Cordeal actually. This is his teammate.
Correa.
Yeah, Correa, of course. Right behind, is it Iwasa?
Yeah. And again, Vip's got ahead. So Wasser's dropped down to 13th, Correa 14th. And then we get Zane Maloney in 15th. Richard Verschoor, the race leader's just done a 1:39.482 and has got the fastest lap of the race so far. So he's pushing quite hard now. Lawson is losing time as well, losing 10th. So anything can happen in this couple of sessions we've got left. Lap 7 of 23. 33.30 remaining on the clock as well.
Yeah, so Lawson nearly outside of a second. Well, it doesn't matter now, but maybe as soon as DRS does start to work. Has it worked now?
No. No one's using it down the start. No, what is going on? We know it's a DRS zone. It should be active, and it's not active. So if anybody has a reasonable explanation as to what's happening there, get in touch with us, because not even we know what's happening right now. It's active now, look, on the run down towards turn 9. So zone 2,
okay.
not zone 1.
Well, last time it didn't work in zone 2 as well, so I think it's finally maybe working now. Let's see next lap then. You can definitely see Lawson did close up quite a lot on that straight. He's 6-10 seconds behind him now.
And you can see the effect of not having DRS is having on this race as well, because these F2 cars can't really follow that well with each other. And you can see the problem they're having. They can't get close enough to pass, and they can't keep in the DRS zone. So it's getting really strange. Across the line then, fastest lap times coming across. It's Lawson with a 1:39.292, who takes the fastest lap. And everyone's now doing 1:39s or 1:40s. So everyone's getting quicker, and that indicates that DRS was active on the last lap in zone 2, because everyone's gone quicker and everyone had it, bar Vips and Iwasa, who did a 140.4s or 140.5s. So the two who didn't have DRS were slower than everybody else who did have DRS. Now let's
see if it works this time out on this straight as well.
Does he push it?
9/10 is quite a lot.
Where's the DRS button for? Does he push it? DRS now. He didn't push it. Well, is it? No. Oh, he went to push it. It's active.
It's open.
Yes. Right. Now we've got the DRS. Right. Party on. Can Lawson find a way through? Nose too far back, but have a second crack at the whip with the DRS as well. Coming out of turn 7. The kink at 9. Coming through. DRS open for a second time. Lawson closes in. This is the best DRS zone, though, zone 2. On the curve, the way it punctures the air, you can get sucked in with so much air, but nothing through 9. So the field stays the same. And this is the problem, Synth, we're having these races that are just becoming more repetitive.
Yeah, but now Lawson is definitely closed up a lot more, and he's probably going to be close enough to attack him next lap.
I'll have a go.
There's action behind. I think maybe Novalek is closer. Quite some battles behind, but maybe because DRS is just opened, just been enabled now, we haven't seen too much overtakes yet, but I'm sure that will change.
Can he find a way through it? No. It's rich. Look at the setting sun of Abu Dhabi. It was absolutely fantastic. Verschoor was very slow out the last corner as well. 15 laps to go. 30 minutes remain in this race. We might just make it, but that means it's 1:40 when this race ends. So we might have a shortened... Well, almost certainly qualifying is delayed for F1. They can't get it sorted this quickly, so you've got that to contend with. But action closing up. Can Lawson close in on Verschoor? The gap seems to be going that way, Synth.
Yeah, and I'm so hoping Cordeal will get DRS soon as well. I think he has actually got DRS now, Cordeal, so we can try and join this battle as well.
Down we go towards turn number 6 and 7. Cordeal is joining the battle. Lawson just holding off. Not seeing anything on the race control messages about the DRS problems we had. It just took a long time to get activated in all the zones. Cordeal is faster than Lawson, so Lawson's tyres are going 2.5 tenths quicker. DRS open again for Lawson down towards turn 9. He's visibly closer to Verschoor, but it's not like the chicane. You can't just throw it in anymore and hope to make the move. It's a long, sweeping hairpin as well. It winds up. It's a unique corner. And it's not working. He's going to have to... Oh, and Maloney has passed Correa. No, Novalak. Maloney,
Yeah, well, he's actually repassed him because he
yeah.
got overtaken on the first straight, and now
Yeah.
Maloney re-overtakes Novalek on the second straight. That's what you can have on this circuit with those two DRS zones back to back.
They'll pass, and they've got two different activation and detection zones, because the detection zone 1 is into the braking zone for turn 5 hairpin. The activation is just after it, and the detection point 2 is just after turn 7. Here's Novalek up the inside of Maloney. Clean move there, Synth.
Yeah, but then Maloney gets a great exit out of this corner, and then with DRS, he's going to be able to re-overtake him. As there we can see the top 3. Let's see what they can do. Can Cordial get close enough to Lawson, and can Lawson get close enough to Richard for sure?
Hope Cordial takes a win. That'll be something new, something very good as well. Into the braking zone, can't find something too much there as well. DRS open again for Lawson and for Cordial. Don't think it's open
I think
for
it's
Hauger.
closer now.
Yeah, he is, visibly 6/10. Look, Rashaw was looking in his mirrors. Lawson's closer, might go for a move, thinks about it, does go for it on the inside line, in towards turn 6, and Lawson takes the lead. But now he won't have the detection zone, so it'll belong to Vashaw. Cordial's going to come in the battle too. DRS open now for Vashaw and for Cordial, and Lawson's under pressure a lot now. Round the outside, Vashaw tries it. Side by side, no, Lawson stays ahead. Goes a bit too wide though. Vashaw tries to cut back on the inside, turn 9, nothing. Good move there from Lawson, takes the lead of the race. Now Cordial's looking hungry.
Yeah, very well done there from Liam Lawson. Opportunistic already in turn 6, because many people try and wait until the next DRS zone, but he decided to go for it already and then just brake very much later than for sure. He's got such more grip on under braking, so very well done and great use of his tires. So let's now see what Cordial can do. He's really close behind Richard for sure.
Pushing hard at the last corner, downhill we go, and Cordial's right on the back as we cut to a replay of the move again, Synth.
Yeah, look from how far he came, incredible move, like Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah.
A very late braking and very well done, and he kept it very clean as well on the apex.
Someone tell Max Verstappen that's how you make a move at turn 6 without forcing a driver off the track. Just like last year. And again, Hamilton just sort of darts out the way anyway. Come on, Cordial, what can you do? Can you impress us? A race ban this year, can you take a first win? DRS open. So as for sure, though, it's going to be incredibly difficult to get the move done. Lawson's, hang on, how's for sure got the DRS? Lawson was a second ahead of the detection zone.
Lawson got outside of a second after the turn 6, I think it is, so that means the detection point he was still within a second.
Hauger locked up as well as he went too deep because Cordial came through. Rashaw with 8/10 does have the DRS, so does Cordial down towards turn 9. As soon as Rashaw loses the DRS though, Cordial will be right past him and chasing down Lawson. So this race isn't over, it's lap 11 of 23. So we're approaching half distance with 26 to go. I don't know, we might just make it. It's going to be very close though. We've been underway again for 20 minutes almost.
Yeah, what time is qualifying actually? Is it
2.
Okay, so 45 minutes until the Formula 1 qualifying. Nearly halfway there in this race, so yeah surely gonna get delayed for at least like a few minutes, unless this race gets ended a few laps earlier.
Yeah, if there's another red flag, they might just call it as well. We've got to get past the 75% distance. I think qualifying for F1 will certainly be delayed by around about 10-20 minutes or so, just to give everybody time to get out the pit lane and set up for F1. So I think we will be in a delayed procedure for F1, which means I'll set Sky F1 up so we can have a word with them. So me and Megan aren't talking nothing. Big lock up again. That's Sargent making mistakes. And now Doohan is right in the back of him as well. Can he close him down with the DRS? 8/10. No, still staying the same.
Yeah, gap is a bit too big there for Jack Doohan to get past him. We see Pourchaire behind him and another lock up there. Logan Sargent again.
Constant lockups. Doohan's all over the back of him now. DRS open again. Gap was 8/10. Now it's 4.5/10. Can he have him in towards turn 7? It's getting visibly closer. He's thinking about a late lunge. Sargent goes defensive. Doohan looks left, looks right, can't do it. Novalak's finally past Maloney.
Yeah, well, you can't obviously dive down the inside there of turn 9. You could in the past a little bit, but now with this new
Baloney's
corner,
Sato's passed him as well, and here's the lockup against it.
yeah, this is turn 6, I think it is. Bit of a lockup, nothing. Yeah, there was quite a big lockup, but didn't lose him too much time. But in the second chicane, oh, that was turn 6. Wait, which corner is this? I forgot already.
That is
turn 5. Sorry, yeah.
Here's
So
6.
this is turn 6 then, and here's the bigger lockup, and yeah, because of that he missed the apex, but Doohan was just a bit too far to even with the DRS get close enough to pass him. So maybe this lap. Maybe. What's the gap now between the two of them? 7:10. So that's, I think, maybe a little bit too big again.
I think so. A bit too tight now for comfort. Lawson up to 4th in the standings. Doohan 5th. Dribbler down to 6th. So Lawson jumps up to P4 in the driver's standings as well with 11 extra points. With a race victory here today. Look at that though for Sargent. Only another 3 points as well. But that would just keep him ahead of Doohan, who's his biggest championship rival right behind him. So Sargent has got to defend from Doohan if he wants to race in Formula 1 next year. If Doohan gets past him, it gets less and less and less as we go forward. So,
yeah, DRS open again, but I think he's just too far again. So, oh, who's that? Is that?
He was making a move.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was someone slowing down one of the MP Motorsports,
right.
but because he was so much to the inside.
Djokovic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Felipe Djokovic up in, who's had a test, well, the F2 champion, I should say, who's had a test already with Aston Martin yesterday in practice. And Djokovic closing up on Hauger, Doohan closing up on Sargent, and Lawson being caught by Vachon and Cordial. So it's all over. Lap 13 and 23, 11 to go, 22 minutes left on the clock. Now 10 laps to go. They do like correcting me. 10 laps to go, 22 minutes on the clock. We might just end this by half past the hour, which means we might just get away with this somehow, in some miracle, as the race continues on.
It's for sure doing what he said in his interview, just waiting until all the way to the end to make his move.
Yeah, I think he is as well. He's going to wait as long as he possibly can. Doesn't want to go for anything. For sure, yeah, Cordial pulled out now. He's a second behind Vachon. Vachon starting to close down again on Lawson. So Cordial might have blown his chance with tyres there as well. As Dragovic looking behind Hauger. Being calm in towards turn 6. Natural daylight starting to fade. The night lights taking over. Remember, qualifying's an hour later than normal. So when we start, it will actually be an evening qualifying. The sun would have set by the time we start quali. So it's a night race quali, but it's a twilight race tomorrow because the race starts at 1. Don't ask me, it's confusing. This time tomorrow we'll be talking Formula 1's main race, not F2 Sprint. Oh, Radio Hauger.
These machines.
Don't worry about Drugovic. Try to catch Cordial. You're faster than them now. Come on.
Easier said than done this year.
Yeah, as Alex says, easier said than done. You're faster, you can catch him, so Hauger's going to push like mad. Is it Hauger time then? So Hauger time.
Well, let's see if he can get him. The gap is 1.5 now behind Cordial. He needs to just get it within DRS. Cordial does not have DRS anymore, as it seems on Vachon. Well, actually, Vachon doesn't have DRS either. Only in Lawson.
So yeah, Lawson's closing in. Come on. This race needs to be a bit more exciting. Lawson's getting too far ahead. Vachon can't do anything. Come on. I'm not saying a safety car. All I'm saying is close up a little bit. Getting a bit tense now. The feature race tomorrow is going to be exciting because everything's on the line. The sprint races are never that exciting unless it was the other way around. When it was feature on Saturday, sprint on Sunday, it had something. But now the feature's on the Sunday to align with F1. Heads for sure.
I don't push you need to go back in DRS. Don't swing the way now, mate.
For sure, being told you must go back in DRS. And there's, don't talk to me now, mate. Don't talk to me now. Because he's actually 8 tenths away from Lawson.
Yeah, well, he's keeping behind him. The gap is staying around the same the whole time now for sure. So
yeah,
maybe sort of controlling it a little bit, and that he's really waiting until the last couple of laps to make his move.
Into the braking zone once again, past the Yas Hotel. On board with Felipe Drugovich in 5th. Up 2 places from where he started. Needs to be a bit more improved on this. Needs to be a bit more defined as well as the racing battles on. Lap 15 of 23. 19 minutes left.
Yeah, could be crucial for the Constructor Championship as well, of course. Drugovich in his MP Motorsport. And with how many points? Does the top 10 get points in the sprint?
Top
or the
8.
Top 8?
Yeah, it's top 8.
So yeah, so it's only MP Motorsport getting points now from that. Because RT Puchero is in P9 at the moment.
So this is brilliant news for MP to get ahead in the Constructors' Championship. Brilliant.
Yeah.
They will have how many points? 6 points. So that's put them on 287, I believe.
Yeah, but Drugovich is wanting more because he's really close to Dennis Hauger.
Come on. Cautiously, wildly accelerating down the start finish straight. Cordial's backed off a lot now. But Drugovich versus Hauger is the one we're watching. Hauger's going to go for a late lunge. He looked for the inside line. Drugovich looked for the inside line. Hauger went defensive, didn't work out that way. Hauger still in P4, Drugovich P5.
Yeah, he's just a little bit too far.
Yeah.
I think 5 tenths is a bit too far as well on this straight. But he's definitely closing up, and maybe next lap, if he can keep it up through this final sector, not making any mistakes, then he can try and attack him.
He'll be right there. So he's got to find some time, find some pushing through the Yas Hotel sector once again. How late can you take? Oh, he's braking way too early in the F2 car. That's a modified part of the track now, and it used to be you can brake so late into what is now turn 14. It used to be turn 19. And you can brake so late there, and it's spoiled the corner a little bit. It's one of my favourites on the calendar, that one. In fact, I think it might be my favourite corner on the entire circuit of the calendar because it's such a challenge, and you were right, Synth. Look how close Drugovich is. He's almost going to have Hauger into turn 1. He's thinking about it around the outside.
Yeah, well, it's just maybe now trying to compromise Hauger's exit. Wow, just to be even more closer. I think he's going to have him up to turn 6, and then it's the question: is he going to be far enough ahead so Hauger can't take him back up to turn 9?
Can you take a late lunge into turn 5? No. Verstappen tried that last year and succeeded. Drugovich isn't going to find that time. Back on the pace now. DRS open. He's much more closer than ever before. Can Drugovich make the move on Hauger down the back straight away, since he's closing up?
Yeah, and he's going to get him now. He's going to have to go to the outside. Is he going to be far enough ahead already before the braking zone? Yeah, but Hauger brakes later.
Hauger's locked up twice now. Drugovich has to maintain it. Back on the power. This is easy. Drugovich look, Hauger's back ahead Drugovich. But here we go again, since down towards turn 9. Drugovich pulls around the outside line, now to the inside line. Mega move!
Oh, I didn't know there was room on the inside left anymore, but Hauger just left a little bit of room, and Drugovich just found it and just went for it.
Fantastic manoeuvement up the inside then as well as they come through. And we've just received news about Lewis Hamilton with the red flag. No penalty is applied. No penalty is applied because the red flag came out too quickly. So
yeah,
Hamilton gets away with it. Josh just tweeted that as well. But what a start! And that's Cordial nearly losing it towards the pit wall at the last corner.
Yeah, maybe pushing a bit too much. He's a bit under pressure now, and Drugovich is going to try and close up on him. Here we can see the move again. This is incredible. Onto the dust as well. So they've done a very good job here. There was just a little bit of room left. And yeah, that was a bit like we saw with Paris last year as well, with Lewis Hamilton.
Great move on the inside, and that was certainly not all 4 wheels off the track.
Wow. Wonderful. And now we can see if Drugovich, well, the gap is quite big now after that battle, 2.3 behind Cordial. Can he close that up in these final 5-6 laps of this race?
Yeah, as the race continues on as well, just having a text message quickly with people in the paddock for F1. Hauger, Sargent doing the battle at the moment as they come down. Sargent's looking a bit defensive. Dewan's going to try. We can't get it there. Dewan might have an opportunity there to get past it to turn 9, Synth.
Maybe he can get 2 in 1 because Sargent is really close behind Hauger now as well. Can he get close enough? I think they're both too far to attack now. But Hauger is under pressure by 2 cars. He's really not having a good pace just yet.
No, nothing into turn 9 still.
Yeah, Sargent has DRS as well, so Doohan is definitely not able to attack him, but yeah, Sargent's just a little bit too far away from Dennis Hauger to attack him. Can he get closer through this final sector?
No, it's a bit too far back through 18 and 19. Oh, sorry. 13, 14 now, isn't it? They keep changing the track names. This is now 15 and 16 last two corners. 5 to go. The race closing up.
Ooh, what's the gap? 7 tenths. Ooh, it's gone a bit wider, Hauger. Taking the track limits maybe just to be able to stay ahead of him this lap. But yeah, it's going to be very difficult for Hauger to keep this up for the rest of this race. As by the way, for sure, lost quite a lot of time now on Lawson. 2.4 behind.
Yeah, it's 2.4 seconds. My time screen is just saying 0.2, so that's helping with the gaps. But you're right, it's 2.5 seconds, the gap between Lawson and Verschoor. So Lawson's just jumped ahead. Verschoor must have had a problem somewhere on the track. And that's interval. Cordial is 2.4 seconds behind Verschoor as well. That's not just the gap between the lead, that's the gap of interval. So they've all had problems out there since. All of them, every single one of them, have issues out there on the track right now.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. So I thought he was maybe just saving for the last lap, but for sure is not going to be able to attack him unless he somehow finds something and really gains a lot on Liam Lawson now.
Continuing to push. Hauger's coming into pressure from Sargent finally. As the night begins to set here in Abu Dhabi. And it will be a night qualifying then for F1. I suppose that's good. Qualifying 1 and 2 should be fun. Q3 is usually the only one in the darkness to keep on the accelerator. Into the braking zone for turn 12. Not much happening there on the zone. Lawson 3.4 seconds ahead of Verschoor now, Synth.
Yeah, he's lost another second, hasn't he? Going very quick. Wow, wait, how is Lawson going so quickly?
Lawson is...
It was 2.5.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lawson, yeah.
I think Lawson's just found a Back to the Future speed boost as well. He's just gone for it completely.
That's incredible. He's really flying. Wow, the gap is 3.9. It was 2.5 last lap, wasn't it? He's just gained over a second. Look, it's now up to 4.
Yeah, continue to push hard. 4 seconds now. Well, this is... Anybody want to have as a guess what's happening in Formula 2 right now? Because Lawson, over the past 2-month break we've had, seems to have found a cheat code with this engine and has just jaunted ahead, and now Verschoor's got the gap as well. Cordial is under pressure from the champion of Dragovic. Dragovic has the DRS. Cordial's smoking away. Dragovic looks to the inside into turn 6, can't make the move. And look how close Doohan's getting. Yeah, go on.
Doing really close to Logan Sargent as well, but just a bit too far. Sargent obviously has the DRS as well, but Dragovic, can he close enough to get him towards turn 9?
Trying to have the DRS open as well. It had to be a very late lunge on Cordial. Doohan's also closing on Sargent. Dragovic is going to go for it. And Cordial, that's a very late call to defend. I don't think the stewards will like that one. It was a good defence, but it was too late in my opinion.
Yeah, he just shut the door there. Immediately went to the inside. He wasn't really next to him, luckily, because otherwise they would have touched. But yeah, this is not going to be it. He's not going to be able to keep this up for long, is Cordial, because Dragovic is getting closer and closer, and next time he's going to be able to get past him already before the braking zone.
Dragovic is really going to be angry in that car. 3 laps to go. Doohan and Sargent getting close together as well. Lawson looks like he's got this one in the bag at the moment. Maybe he's sneaked in the Red Bull engine for Max Verstappen instead into that car at Carling as well. He did pre-practice 1, Lawson, and was quite quick. So maybe he's borrowed it. Big snap of oversteer from Cordial with no power steering. Did well to hold that. Dragovic is on the attack and now with 3 to go.
Yeah, the question is going to be close enough now? I think he might be. And then the question is going to be... Cordial's going to be able... Oh, that's not going to help.
Yeah, Cordial's locked out. Dragovic is only side by side him before they even get to the DRS zone as well. This will just help him make me official. But Cordial's finding the pace. He's on the marbles. Has to come in behind Dragovic. Dragovic keeps it. Weaves left, weaves right. Cordial back to the inside line. He's managed to stay in the tow. Cordial takes their position back. Dragovic holds around the outside. Dragovic has the position. But now Cordial will have the DRS on the run down towards turn 9. It's like Hamilton and Verstappen last year. The same slipstream battle. Can Dragovic hold on? I think he can, because Cordial's a bit too far back. Brilliant move.
Wow, that was incredible. Yeah, a bit of a mistake there from Cordial, and then you knew it was over. He's gone a bit too deep as well in turn 6, which didn't help him to get a good exit and try and get him back to turn 9. So Drugovich up into P3, and now this is really good for MP Motorsport, of course, and a champion is up into the podium positions.
And that is 14th going to Novalak, who's passed again Juan Manuel Correa. And this is how it happened, Synth.
Yeah, big lock-up, gone very, very deep
That's
in
good
turn
deal.
5, and Drugovich was already ahead of him at this point. Then the slipstream is obviously a bit more powerful than the DRS, so he's gone right behind him and to the inside line. But Drugovich managed to brake later, and even with that, Cordial got to get a bit deep as well in turn 6, which didn't help him as well. So very good move then from Filip Drugovich.
Cordial almost flew off towards the same part of the track earlier on. His rear tyres are completely destroyed. He almost locked up the rear axle, and he's fighting for control. So he's going to lose out to Hauger. Oh, and there goes the switch over of recording as well to the next show. So that's going to make Ian Birch happy. We're trying to do everything because now actually the scheduled show should have started for the pre-show. Here comes Hauger though. He's got the DRS to pull around the outside. Sargent's got no... Sargent's under pressure from Dewitt. Hauger's passed as well, but locks up. Hauger's gone straight on. He's locked the rear axle. I think he's got a bigger problem than that. Cordial goes back through, but Sargent having to defend from Dewitt. Dewitt's on the back. So Sargent's still 6th, Dewitt's still 7th, but Hauger's dropped back behind Cordial. No, he's gone ahead, but he'll have to get the position back, surely. That's confusing.
Yeah, surely he'll have to get the position back, otherwise...
He's done it.
Oh, he's got dust in his tires as well, and is he giving the position back, or is he... No, he's just going a bit deep. No, he is giving it back.
Oh, and
he's got to watch out for Sargent as well.
Sargent needs those super license points, and Sato goes 15th ahead of Juan Manuel Correa. And Dewitt's fancying himself now to get some more points as well. If he can get ahead of Sargent, this will be even better. It's the final lap, and all of a sudden the race has come alive. Oh, and Dewitt sliding around. It's come alive because everyone's tyres have gone off. They've pushed them too far. So everyone's in trouble. Last lap of the race, the stewards have said they've noted Drugovich has been given the black and white flag for track limits. And Correa passes Sato.
Well, here we go then. Final lap of the race. As there's a lot of action behind him as well. Sato is dropping down. This is what happened to Sargent and Correa.
Sato,
there's going to be some contact.
Oh. Correa on the inside. Sato getting a clip, and both live to tell the tale, which is good. As they come through, Lawson 7.2 quicker ahead then. That's an amazing run. Lawson's incredible with his run now. And that's Boschung passing. Sato's got more trouble. Sato's down to 19th. And now everyone's everywhere. Hauger trying to go on the other side. Oh, this is getting tense. It's like a 5-car battle. What's going on? Oh, what are we
This
doing?
is going to be a crucial final straight of the race then. Who is going to be able to get ahead of him?
Cordial's going to try and hold Hauger behind him. Sargent's going to try and hold Dewitt behind him as well. Cordial goes left, but Hauger goes to the right on the inside. Hauger takes 4th position. Cordial tries to cut back. It's what that corner's famous for. And they're side by side. They're going to make contact on the track. On every single limit. They're side by side towards the Yaz Hotel. Hauger comes out ahead, but into the last corner, Liam Lawson is going to win for the 4th time a sprint race this year. Lawson is the sprint race champion, winning 4 races, beating Marcus Armstrong, who won 3, and now it's a battle to the line. Who's going to finish? Drugovich is 3rd, Hauger will be 4th, Cordial might just hold on for 5th position, Sargent's going to hold on for 6th, Dewitt 7th, and then it's a race to the line as Nazani 8th, Portier 9th, and Armstrong 10th. Wow!
Oh, what a finish to that race. Imagine we got some more laps in, because then everybody is just gone close to each other. Why is it all happening now in the last lap?
Juan Manuel Correa will come over 15th, Maloney 16th, and then we get Ollie Caldwell 17th, Boschung 18th, Sato 19th, Caldwell 20th. Brilliant race, glad we got it all in, but blimey was that a difficult one. Lawson wins and is the sprint race champion with winning 4 sprint races this year. Whew.
Wow, what a race. What a race. Well, what an end to the race at least, because we had a pretty slow middle part of this race.
Good job, guys. That was a nice one. Car was literally hooked up the whole race, so good job. Thanks, mate. Great work.
Looked like it was hooked up as well. Go on, Synth.
Yeah, very deserved victory then from Lawson.
We're not going to
As
see
he
the,
just-
we're not going to see the podium. They've gone off. Sky have taken it off, so we're not going to see the podium. I hear from the top three, which is a bitter disappointment. So we'll have that tomorrow for you in the feature race as well, the top three interviews, because Sky have got their qualifying pre-show to get to, and they've cut us off, haven't they, Synth? I'm not just making this up, they've cut us off.
Yeah, they did indeed. So, well, it's nearly time for qualifying as well. So,
Well,
maybe let's get prepared for that.
Maybe we should. Okay, well, let's go through the results then. Liam Lawson takes an amazing win by over 7 seconds. Richard Verschoor is second. Felipe Drugovich finishes third. Dennis Hauger fourth. Emil Cordial is fifth. Lurgan Sargent sixth. Jack Doohan is seventh. Roy Nazani eighth. Theo Pocher ninth. Marcus Armstrong rounds out the top 10. Frederick Vesti is 11th. Yuri Vips 12th. Amuma Wassa 13th. Clement Albalak 14th. Juan Manuel Correa is 15th. Zane Maloney 16th. Ollie Caldwell 17th. Ralph Bosch on 18th. Marino Sato 19th. Tatiana Calderon, the last of the finishers, in 20th. Johan Jaruvula and Enzo Fittipaldi were out on the opening lap and caused the red flag. Okay, Synth, quickly to you. That was a great race. Are you looking forward to tomorrow?
Very much. I think it will be a lot better than this race. I just can feel it. It's a much deciding race, and I think everyone's gonna really push as much as they can, because it could be all or nothing for many of them. So I think we're in for a very good race tomorrow.
Absolutely. My thanks to you, Synthil. We'll see you tomorrow for the feature. And following us immediately here will be the F1 qualifying session. That's underway in around about 8 minutes' time. So join us then. From us all here, though, thanks for your company. Liam Lawson, the sprint champion, winning 4 of the sprint races this year. No one could stop him. He was 7 seconds ahead. Thank you, Synthil. Thank you to at home. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.